So it's over. Arsenal beat Fulham 2-1. Fulham make it a bit nervy at the end, getting a goal back by Muniz. But Arsenal hold on. Well, I wouldn't say hold on, but I think it was pretty comfortable in that second half for Arsenal. And we do get the win 2-1. And Bukayo Saka comes off the bench in his first game back in over, well, I think it's 100 games exactly as it happens. 100 games ago, we last saw him. Been out of that naughty hamstring injury. And he comes back. And within 7 minutes of coming on the pitch, he gets Arsenal's second goal. What a return to the team for Bukayo Saka. It's like a dream come true, written in the stars. We've missed him terribly over the last 3 months or so. And we desperately needed a little bit of more invention in the attacking part of our game today. And we did try, and he had a few moments in that game, but you could tell the difference. And I've been lauding up Ethan Nwaneri, how good he is. But potentially, it is only potential, isn't it? Because the difference, it was night and day when you see Saka's coming on the performance. The crowd cheered every touch. When he come on, they was cheering for him, and that's how much the Arsenal faithful love Bukayo Saka. Let's go back to the first half. The first half, lackluster, poor. Odegaard give the ball away a couple of times needlessly. I don't know what it is. He seems to play very well for Norway. He comes back and puts on an Arsenal shirt, and he starts giving the ball away. I do believe he had 4 assists in them 2 games in international break for Norway as well. And, I mean, captain material, no, I think next season, I know it's a bit too late to take the armband off him this year, but I think we need to move the armband away from Martin Odegaard for next season, perhaps put it on Rice or Gabriel, who, for me, pulled up with another. Well, I'm not saying he's got another injury, but another hamstring injury for the Arsenal faithful, for the Arsenal team. We know Emirates is out for the season with an Emmy. We know Bukayo Saka, the reason why he was out was a hamstring injury, and now I'm a little bit scared because Gabriel Magalhaes, arguably the best defender this season. I think, in my opinion, he's been better than Saliba. Not by much, but just by a little bit. And I think he's going to be out for a little while. I mean, these hamstring injuries, it depends on what grade. I get that. I understand that. But knowing our luck, I think that we're going to be missing Gabriel definitely for next week, the Real Madrid game, which we desperately need him for. Possibly, obviously as well, if we're missing for that game, we're going to miss him for Everton at the weekend as well. We'll go to Goodison Park. We need to beat Everton. We need to keep our run going. They've got to do us a favour as well and beat Liverpool. I think it's on Thursday, is it, that game? I'm not sure if it's tomorrow. I think it might be on Thursday. That Merseyside derby. We know the last one was a draw. There was loads of shenanigans at the end of that game, weren't there? When I can't remember what player it was. Everton players, celebrating in front of the Liverpool fans, caused chaos, didn't it? So there's a bit of animosity. There always is, but there's a bit more animosity of it going into that game, that other Merseyside derby. But listen, we're back to. I know it's only for one day. No, it is tomorrow. Actually, that game is tomorrow. I think it's only one day. We're possibly going to be 9 points behind. We've made up 3 points tonight, but obviously the game in hand is there. It's not Thursday. It's tomorrow. It's Wednesday tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah. So that game's tomorrow, and I'm pleased. I was very pleased with the game. The first half was a bit disappointing, but the second half we picked it up. And, I think we played all right in the second half. There was a lot more intent. Martinelli had a great game. For me, he's the man of the match. It was his assist as well that Saka scored with the header. 1 second. It was his assist that little flick assist, didn't he? Back-heeled it, flicked it in the path of Saka, who calmly headed it home to put us 2-0 up. They do get one back though. But let's get some feedback in the comment section. What do you think of the game? Let me know what you think of this hamstring injury that Gabriel Magalhaes has got now. Is it going to be a season defining or a season ending injury for Gabriel? I'm a little bit concerned about it because we've got no luck. We've got no luck, mate. And just as one player comes back in, Starboy comes back, we're going to lose our best defender. And it just seems like all the football gods are against Arsenal at the minute, isn't it? I know other teams get injuries. You know, I'm not just saying it for the sake of it, but you got to look at it. Look at the injuries we have had this season, and you know, without the injuries this year, we might have been a lot closer to Liverpool. I'm not saying we would have been top of the league. I'm not saying we would have won the league. But what I am saying is Odegaard is not the same player when Saka's not on the pitch. Could tell the drop off, the difference, and we're still second. Although we are a long way behind, we're still second. Saka comes back. Look at the game. Look at that. Look at the turnaround in the second half. The second half was as soon as Saka come on, there was a marked improvement. We did start to play better in the second half when we first come out as well. I'm not putting it all on Saka. That he was the only reason why we upped our game and we was playing better. But there was a marked improvement, and we've been missing him terribly. And then don't forget, we've also got Gabriel Jesus out for the season. Havertz, don't rate him too much, but he was also out for a season with an hamstring injury. Odegaard was missing for about 12 games early on in the season, although, you know, don't really think that he's been that great this year, especially without Saka next to him on that right-hand side. Also, injuries to Calafiori. There was just the team has been plagued a little bit this season, and I know last year we can say the same about Liverpool season. They had a lot of injuries last season, so you can understand. I was saying, "Oh, shut up, injuries! What are you moaning for?" This year we've suffered them, and you know they said it in commentary on the game that hamstring injuries come from fatigue. Mainly come you put up your muscles are fatigued. They come from that, and I do believe, because look how many games since he was 17 years old, Saka, not only for Arsenal but for England as well. Look how many games he played over the 3 or 4 years or so. He played almost every game for Arsenal, England, and I think it just give up in the end. But he played all right. I didn't see any tweaks or anything. He didn't pull up. He did go down for briefly in that towards the end of the game, but it was nothing to do with his hamstring. Thank the Lord. You know, and it was a little bit of a worry just for a brief second, but he got up and he was all right. And you know, the end of the game, he's down on his knees, he's praying. You know, and what a comeback! What a comeback! It was like written in the stars. Like I remember when Frank Lampard played for Man City after being at Chelsea all them years, and he come off the bench for Man City and scored for him, didn't he, against Chelsea. It was like it's written in the stars. The time when Henry come back in a January when he was playing in America, New York Red Bulls or whatever they was called. I think he was playing for, and we was playing against Leeds, and we loaned him for about 4 games or 3 or 4 games. He come off the bench in the first one and scored against Leeds, didn't he, straight away? Do you remember that? Anyone out there? Let me know in the comment section. But I want to know your thoughts and feelings. Let me know what you think of the game. There's a few people watching this, and no one's put a comment in yet. What did you think of the game? Are you happy the Premier League's back? Games are going to come thick and fast. There's no more international break now. It is officially the running. The running is the last 8 games, or there's sometimes there's a couple more or a few less. But when there's no more breaks, when it's every week, football, Premier League, the last few games is officially the running, in my opinion. So we've got Everton next, then we've got Real Madrid. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the fixture list. I'm not sure we've got after that, but it's probably going to be a tough game. I have to check that out. I am going to do while I'm waiting for some comments to come in. I know I ain't done a stream for a little while, but I am going to start doing a giveaway. I'm going to start doing some giveaways. I've got the fanzines. I've found some old fanzines that I've had from over the years. Some of them are quite old. I don't know if you look, issue 58, the Guna one, December 94. December 94. Look how old this one is. I'm not sure the date on that one. There's some old ones here. There is some old ones. Look at this one. This is 93. December 93, the main contenders. Look, Andy Cole and Ian Wright. Evening, James. How you doing, sir? James is in the chat. I'm just talking about the giveaway that I'm going to be doing soon. Looking at the fanzines that we've got here. I've got one here. Remember the 1-0 down, 2-1 up fanzine? Dennis Bergkamp on the front there. That is from September, October 1995. There's some really old ones here. Some good ones. What's this one? That's Paul Merson on the front of that one, I think. Paul Merson, it's the 94-95 season. 1-0 down, 2-1 up. There's a French one, Laguna. Can't remember where I got that one from. Walking in the Wenger Wonderland. Look at that one, an old one there with Arsene Wenger on it. I'm going to do some. Anthony Herbert in the chat. How you doing, sir? Big up Flip Flop. Merino, he's mustard. He was missing, weren't he? That was a lucky deflected goal that he scored in that first half, Anthony. But we played without a 9, didn't we? There weren't no one up front. He was in midfield all the time. Odegaard was getting forward more than him, but Odegaard didn't really do much. Give the ball away a lot. Mate, I don't know, man. There's another one here. Look, who's that on the front of that one? That's Ian Wright and Tony Adams. Look, I fancy these old fanzines. I'm going to do a giveaway. I might do some sort of competition. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. I've got to work out what I'm going to do. But if anyone's interested, sees this on the replay, I'm going to do some sort of giveaway, some sort of competition, and there'll be some fanzines as the prize. If you're interested, I'll just send them on to you if you win. Merino got to be a top scorer now. I think he's got 5, hasn't he? Saka's still got 6. I was watching something on there, Anthony. He's had more goal involvements. I think he's only had 16 appearances this season, all season, and he's got more goal involvements than anyone else, like goals and assists, like combined. I see something he did flash up. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was watching that and I thought, fucking hell, mate, he's been out. He ain't played for like 100 days, 3 months. He's been out for, man. No, Lee, do a quiz and the winner gets the prize. Yeah, I could do a quiz. I've got to work out what I'm doing, Anthony. I mean, don't know if I'll be able to do it on my own. It's a bit difficult to do things like this. I'm doing this on my own, but I mean, I've got to get used to it. I've got to get used to doing these things on my own. People who used to come on the show, including yourself, Anthony, who don't come on no more. So I've got to try and work out how to do something like that on my own, bro. Merino, golden boot in the UCL. Wow. Do you reckon? Do you reckon he's got a chance of getting there? I think how many goals he got in that, James? He's got two, is he? Has he got two? He scored. Was it against Monaco? Was it Monaco? Who did he score against? I'm trying to remember. It can't have been Monaco. What am I saying Monaco for? Don't know why that's sticking in my head. I'm not sure. Yeah, I could do. I've got to think about doing a quiz or something like that. Anthony, any more suggestions in the chat? There's 5 people watching. James, suggestions for the giveaway. Anthony's saying a quiz. I could say I've got subscribers like the 1,000 subscriber or something like that. Maybe could give it away to him or her. You know, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'm going to have to come up with something because I am going to do one. I might leave it to the end of the season and do an end of season review show and do a quiz on that or something like that. Something along them lines, maybe. That might be the idea to do it. I don't know whether to give them away as a. There's about 8 or 10 here or something. Don't know whether to give them away as a full parcel or do, you know, a few of them and do 2 different ones or whatever. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure what to do. I could do that. I could, and actually, when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I could pluck one at random. Actually, I can see there's a new thing on the phone now. It says view subscribers, and it's got them all. Like it's got the list, so I can go through the list. I can just like spin it like that, and it will fly through them, then stop it on one. I could do it like that. I could do it like that. But do they all watch the show? I'm not sure they all watch the show. I'm not sure how many of them actually do watch it because I don't think they all do. So it could go to a subscriber that doesn't watch anymore or hasn't seen it for ages, and I won't be able to contact them. Look, not this Thursday, but next Thursday, I'll jump on the show, say 7 p.m. for an hour, if any good. You're welcome anytime, Anthony. I was pulling your chain, bro. I know you're busy. I know you've got your own life, man. I was only joking, bro. Oh, you don't have to if you don't want to, man. It's up to you, bro. I was just joking. I was pulling your chain, man. I just haven't been out. I haven't really done anything like this since you abandoned me, bro. I I haven't done it. I haven't been able to do it because it's a confidence thing. This is hard. It's hard. I'm talking to myself basically in a minute. I know I've got a couple of people in the chat now, but when you start that, you're talking to yourself. You're looking at a computer screen. You're talking to yourself. You've got no one to. Like when someone's on the show, you've got someone to bounce off, and you can talk, and you can, you know, it's easier. But when you've got to try and think of things to say all the time, and the chat's slow, and you know it's a little bit more difficult. Not a lot of people can do it. The best ones do, and you know there are some really good streamers out there, really good YouTubers, Arsenal ones. Some of them I like, some of them I can't stand, but they're good, they're confident, and they can do this sort of thing. You know what I mean? I don't mind. All right, yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, I'll set a show up for next Thursday then. What we're gonna do? Are we gonna do like a little final score podcast? We're gonna call it something else. Or what do you want to do? Let me know, mate. Let me know, and we can do whatever you want. Whatever you want. We can even call it. You can even do your own show. You can host it. You can do whatever you want. Bro, I've got a lot of respect for you. I've got a lot of time. You helped me out, man. James, oh mate, over the moon, James. Over the moon, bro. I was a bit concerned at first. You know, I was thinking, I was a bit. He's on the bench. He's just come back from a. I thought he might be on the bench in the Real Madrid game next week, but I thought, oh, listen, this is a bit risky. But look what happened. He proved me wrong. He's probably proved half the Arsenal fan base wrong because I see a hell of a lot of Arsenal fans saying, "Don't risk him. Let's just keep let's let's just keep him. Maybe leave him to the end of the season." But look, you can tell exactly how much we've missed him. The improvement in the game when he come on, 65th minute he come on. Every time he touched the ball, James, he got cheered. The crowd was going. The crowd just lifted the whole stadium. One player coming on the pitch. It was like Henri coming back. I'm telling you, it was like the crowd was just, oh, eh. And then within 7 minutes, within 6.5 minutes or something, he scores in the stars, mate. The football gods was on his side. Football gods was on his side, man. I'm over the moon for the player. I'm over the moon for the fans and the club that he actually scored the goal. I would have, we come on top a little bit towards the end of the game. They got one back, Muniz scored, and then it was a little bit thingy at the end. But even if we drew that game, you know what? If we drew that game, I'd have been gutted about drawing the game, dropping the points, but I would have been happy for Saka. I would have been happy for him. Seriously, I would have, it would have took the dairy off of the fact that we would have dropped points again, threw away a lead, whatever. It would have took the dairy off it a little bit for me because I would have thought, well, you know what? At least his confidence is going to be sky high again already. And we've got to go to Goodison Park on, I think it's Saturday night, and before the Real Madrid game. And, maybe he starts that game after that. You know what I mean? You never know. When we done all right, but the difference you could see. I thought that Wenyeri was brilliant when he first started, but the experience. Saka was similar to Saka when he was 17, 18. Wenyeri just turned 18 a couple of weeks ago, and I think he's got lots to learn still. Saka's at that point now where he's like it's amazing how quick time goes because he's like a senior player now. He's like and the reliance that we've got on a player, an old head on young shoulders. It's amazing, and I just think he's a fantastic player, and we've got to sign him to a new deal. I think he's only got 2 years left this summer, so I think he's going to be. They're going to put him on 300 grand a week, I reckon. We've got this new sporting director. What do you think of the new sporting director? If you're still watching, James Anthony, what do you think of this Andrea Berta? Is things going to change? Excuse me. In terms of signing players, contracts running out, and things like that. I mean, is that what a sporting director does? I ain't sure. Keep it Arsenal Alliance. So, that's the name of the channel now. It's not the name of the show, mate. It's the name of the channel. Keep it Arsenal, and I'll jump on and we'll have a chat about the games we played and coming up. Yeah, if you're lucky, I'll host the show and we'll get 350 views. Yeah. The podcast was the final score, weren't it? That's the Arsenal Alliance is the name of the actual channel now, not Football Dad's Army number. I'm sort of half thinking, did I make a mistake with it? But to be fair, I do prefer the name Football Dad's Army to everyone out there. I love that name. It's a brilliant name. And sometimes when I do videos, I go Football Dad's Army and I go, oh, fuck, I have to start it again. But the Arsenal Alliance is just makes it more of an Arsenal channel. Do you know what I mean? And I liked, actually, that was a name of one of the podcasts it was Football Dad's Army, then the podcast was called the Arsenal Alliance. Anthony, do you remember? And I was thinking, people was asking me, they wasn't sure, like I was getting comments and that. Are you is this an Arsenal channel? What team do you support? Like, and I was thinking, people don't know that this is an Arsenal channel when it was Football Dad's Army. So I just thought to myself, and I watched all the advice videos, and they're saying you like to niche it down, make it You know, don't make it so broad because people are going to want to watch like certain niche of thing. And if it's like if the name of the channel is a broader thing like Football Dad's Army, that could be all football. You know, it could be any team. So I was just taking advice. I like the cut of his jib. Yeah, that's an old saying, that James, isn't it? Eh? I like the cut of his jib. Yeah, brilliant. I like Berta. He don't stand any messing about. And if Arteta doesn't deliver, he would be sacked. I know you'll be upset, Lee, but listen, we move on, laugh out loud. Yeah. I wouldn't be upset if Arteta gets sacked. I wouldn't. Absolutely not. He keeps saying it to me. I don't care about who the manager is, really. I mean, I've got no emotional connections or ties to any manager or player, really. You know, it's the club, and it's people like you, Anthony and James, the fans. That's what makes the Arsenal Arsenal. It's not the player. Players could just Saka could say, "I ain't signing a new deal and go and play for Real Madrid." He could do it. He could do it. I don't think he will, but he could. You know, you can't, you can love the players. You can't look. Ian Wright, he played for other clubs, but he still loves Arsenal. Henri loves Arsenal. You know these players love Arsenal, but they moved on, so they didn't really love them enough. I know Ian Wright was finished when he left, but he had to move on. But people forget what a great player he was, man, as well. Got to say that. People forget how good he was at scoring goals. You know, he wasn't the best at other aspects of the game always, but finishing, mate, he was deadly, unbelievable, unbelievable. Bringing the ball out the air, finishing, he was brilliant. I did prefer the loose cannon name. Loose cannon. That name adds something. Adds something to the show. We listen. I've still got that. That podcast is still there as well. The loose cannon. We could go. We can swap from the final score to the loose cannon one. Manchester is blue. How you doing? How you doing? Manchester is blue. I think is the Manchester derby this week as well. Is it the weekend? I think that's the weekend, isn't it? The Manchester derby. I think that is as well. You know. I'm not sure. For something telling me it's this week. It's on Sunday. Okay. Yeah. Who's going to win that? City? City have lost Haaland. Haaland's probably out for the season. There's only 8 games left. And I heard a press conference where Pep Guardiola is saying it could be 6 weeks or so that Haaland's could be out for. But he ain't been the same player this season. For me, he hasn't been the same. Nowhere near last year. Nowhere near it. This weekend, yeah, it's this weekend, the Manchester derby. And you're saying 3-1. Mamouche. What's that? Just 1 second. 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. Mamouche and Savino, yeah? So yeah. I don't know, mate. I think don't know, I think you'd be shocked. I think United are up for that. Right. No, Timber's all right, but in the first half, Gabriel pulled up with a hamstring injury, and it don't look great, Anthony. Man, I was a bit worried. when I saw it. And you know what's happened with hamstring injuries? Havertz out for the season with his hamstring injury. Saka's injury was a hamstring injury 100 days ago, 3 months. He pulled up with that hamstring, and he was out for that long. I hate to say it, but I'm thinking that we could be missing him from probably. We could even be missing him for the rest of the season, mate. Let's hope it's not that serious, but every time I see an hamstring injury, it worries me, man. So best defender, absolutely. Manchester is blue. We've got Leicester tomorrow. You'll smash the shit out of Leicester, but listen, Man United, this is the derby game there. It could go any way. It could go either way. 2-2 draw, Desmond, maybe. Who knows? How you doing, Luca? Luca talks ball. Another Arsenal fan. Go and check his channel out. Also supports MK Dons. He's an MK Dons vlogger. He always goes to the stadium. Go and check his channel out. He's an Arsenal fan as well. He likes both teams. So go and have a check out of his channel if you're watching this. Got loads of subscribers, miles more than what I've got. He's got about 8,000, I believe. He's got a good channel. That's our best defender. That's our best defender out against Real Madrid. I can't see him playing against Real Madrid. They say about hamstring injuries, Anthony. I'll give you a call in a minute, yeah? What was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Hamstring injuries. They say that they could be caused a lot of the time. It's due to fatigue as well. Hamstrings. I've heard other footballers say it. It's like when you play too much, you overplayed, and that's exactly what happened to Saka, as I mentioned earlier on in the stream. About since he was 17 years old, he's not missed many games. Saka, not only for Arsenal but for England as well. So it's not surprising that Gabriel's got this hamstring injury as well, because how many games he played? He's probably played up. What was he? What, two games all season he's missed for Arsenal, plus his international games. I know he played for Brazil over the international break as well. Too much football, mate. It's too much. And they want to try and add more competitions, didn't they? What's this other competition they was talking about or doing more with? They've already extended the Champions League. There's more games in the Champions League, isn't there? There was something else I heard they was talking about before. Manchester United lost a day, yeah, but they lost against a brilliant Nottingham Forest team. Nottingham Forest, mate. Without Chris Wood as well. Chris Wood didn't play. They're dangerous, man. They're only 4 points behind us. We're still looking over our shoulders at Forest. I was, thinking to myself, let's hope that they might get a little draw there. So, just to keep them a little bit, stop us sweating a bit, because they could nick our second place off us. They could do it. I just said that, Anthony, just as you put that comment up, I was just saying it. They could. They could. They're good enough. They're really enough. They deserve it, mate. I really hope. I've done a little video about them, or did I do a short? I might have clipped the short from it on my channel. Go back and have a look, and you can see. I've already said it. I hope they get Champions League. I really do. I think they deserve it. They deserve it more than anybody else, apart from us and Liverpool. They do. They really do, man. What did you think of the Muniz goal? Yeah, they deserve it as well. Right, they hit us on a counter attack and they scored. We got caught sleeping a little bit, and that's what happens with Arsenal sometimes. You switch off for a second, and a team like Fulham. Look at the last game. It was what was it at Craven Cottage? I think it was a draw. Was it a 1-1 draw? I think it was did Saliba equal? I think Saliba equalised. Was it? I know it was a 1-1 draw. I'm sure it was a 1-1 draw, but Fulham give us trouble for the last 2 or 3 years. They've given us trouble for them. They've been like a bogey team to us, man. Not only Fulham, but Brentford. Teams like, the teams you expected to beat if you're title challengers or, champions. You expected to beat teams like, no disrespect to Fulham fans, really. I mean, I don't mean it being derogatory or anything like that. But what I'm saying is, Arsenal, the Man Cities, the Uniteds, the Liverpools, on paper they're like top 6 teams. Like they're better than teams like Fulham and Brentford and Bournemouth and teams like that. You know what I mean? Villas, teams like that cause Arsenal problems, and we are better than them. But it's we seem to struggle against these teams, man. I got that Arsenal polo shirt. I ain't gonna wear it. Why not, Ant? Wear it on Thursday. It could be uniform. Could be uniform for the channel. If you've got one of these, wear it, bro. I thought I'd wear one of these instead of one of the Arsenal shirts. I thought, let me just wear something a bit different. Sterling has been absolutely Manchester is blue, mate. Absolutely. I think when he left you, went to Chelsea, Pep knew that he'd finished. It's been a terrible loan. It's been terrible decision. And this manager, was that Edu or was that Arteta? Who knows? Who knows who that was? I mean, I know they were saying, loading him up, saying Arteta was the man who made Sterling what he was, and he could do that again. He could see, at the decline and the regression at Chelsea. Let's bring him back. Let's bring him back to me. That I'll take him and I'll sort him out. I'll get him banging again. He ain't done fucking nothing, has he? Absolutely not. Thoughts on Jesus? He's got to go, mate. But we're fucked really, because he's not going to be fit until November, December this year. So next season, we're not going to be able to sell him in the summer. We'll probably have to try and flog him in January. Or I don't know how long his contract is. We probably have to let him run his contract out, perhaps, or cancel it, cut our losses. Because I think we've seen the last of him in an Arsenal shirt. I don't think we'll see him in an Arsenal shirt again. Well, hopefully not. I mean, I hate being horrible about players, but you just got to be ruthless sometimes. You know what I mean? You got to say to yourself, what's he costing us? Make a deal with him. Say, look, you've got, say we still got to owe him 5 million in wages, for example, for the rest of his deal. Just say, look, take 3, and then cancel the contract. Let's have a little negotiation. Let's have a deal. It's got to be business. Like, hopefully, this Andrea Berta. Excuse me 1 second. Yeah, hopefully this Andrea Berta, can sort things out like that. Because I don't. I mentioned it before. I mean, I don't know what sporting directors do. I don't know what their roles are. I don't really understand it that much. But what I'm gathering is they negotiate the contracts. They can identify players. He's made money at Atletico Madrid. He sold us Thomas Partey. He was the one doing the negotiations when we bought Thomas Partey. Was it Griezmann, Rodri, players like that at other clubs? That he's bought them and then he sold them on and made huge profits. I don't know. So let's just see. But Jesus, yeah, I think we should cut our losses with him, bro. Absolutely, Anthony, man. I can't watch the internationals. I only watch the internationals when they're towards the latter stages. When you go into the World Cups and the Euros and you've got your group phases, don't commit to that. When after the group stage, the round of the round of 16, then the quarters. I might start watching England then, but it's the football just drives me insane. The qualifiers and the friendlies and all that. I just can't watch it, mate. It's anti-football to me. The Premier League back and we wasn't on TV. London Derby as well. It was unbelievable, Anthony. London Derby, not on the TV. Yeah, I know. It was, you know, I was surprised at that as well. I thought that would definitely be on there, second in the league. You know what I mean? Liverpool ain't playing till tomorrow. But we're second in the league. It's a London derby. Why didn't they put it on? Don't get it, mate. Or even it weren't on Amazon. It weren't on TNT. It wasn't on anything, was it? Sky. Uh, and it was Bristol Rovers, Birmingham City, was it? I thought you lot are taking the piss. You don't even like Bristol Rovers, do you, Anthony? It's Bristol City, your team. Guna Gargamel, how you doing in the chat? Nice to see you. I'm not impressed with that win over Fulham. I wasn't impressed with the first half. I felt a bit better about it in the second half, especially when Saka come back on and getting the second goal and all, man. You've got to be happy with that. You've got to be. Are you happy that Saka played? I mean, I was a bit apprehensive about it. I was a bit nervous, thinking, is he gonna aggravate it? Is he gonna do this? Is he gonna do that? London derby and all, another tough game. To Arsenal, Arsenal struggled in over recent seasons as well against Fulham. You know, they like to, stick the boot in a bit, rough us up like these lower ranked teams normally do. But I was quite happy. Bit annoyed in the first half because we were scrapping that first half. A lucky deflected goal, but I thought in the second half, yeah, especially when did you hear the crowd when Saka come on? Every time he touched the ball, they cheered. Within 7 minutes, he gets the second goal. Brilliant, brilliant. For me, I was happy. So I've got to disagree with you there, man. I was happy, and I was happy to see football back, proper football, not this international nyags, man. Would I take Kuna? Absolutely, absolutely, I would take Kuna. Man United, Forest on TNT. Yeah. Well, why? Why would there's a London derby on? I don't know. I didn't understand that. Where's Man United in the league? 15th? Do you know what I mean? I know Forest are third, but I don't know. Maybe there's a bit of history there, Yeah. But the London derby, come. Merseyside derby tomorrow. Then Spurs versus Chelsea. Yeah. Yeah, let's hope Chelsea smash the granny out of them. All this transfer rumours going around, but what striker can you see coming in? Personally, I want Osimhen. Osimhen, yeah. We're not going to get Isaac. We're not going to get Isaac. I like Gyökeres. You know that, Anthony. We spoke about this before. I like Osimhen as well. I don't want Sesko. Hopefully, this Andrea Berta guy is going to go. What do you want him for? Why? Why do you want him? He might even. We might even. No, I was just about to say he might even be instrumental in us getting Isaac, but I can't. If especially if Newcastle get into. If Newcastle get into the Champions League, I don't think there'd be any chance in hell that we'll get Isaac. But he's over the season. I've been wanting your careers, and sort of mentioning Isaac and that as well. But I think Isaac will be now he's come to the end of the season and the season. I think he'd be my number one choice. Then Gyökeres, then Osimhen, for me. Actually, Isaac, and then it won't matter between them two. I think they're on par. I'd say they was on par, but I think Isaac he's got to be the first choice because he's played in the Premier League. He's proven Premier League proven for that reason only. I'm happy for Saka to score, but I'm not happy we conceded against Fulham. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we switched off, man. We was in control. Just switched off for that second. I think Skelly got beat, didn't he, for a change? It was Skelly. yeah, but we just switched off for that, and then it gets a bit nervy. Do you remember like back in the day, we'd switch off, we'd be 2-0 up, 10 minutes ago we're 2-1, and then we're in there, we're panicking. We're fuck, they're attacking, they're throwing everything at us, but including the kitchen sink, and we're like panicking, and ultimately, amount of times we've wound up drawing or even losing games like that over the years. You know, I can't count them, but loads and loads of times of disappointment. Um, yeah, but we got through it. We got the 3 points. Listen, if we draw that game, uh, that means then Forest would have been just 2 points behind us. I think it's still 4 at the moment. Yeah, they would have been, and then you'd have think to yourself, you know what? They're going to nick fucking second spot. They're going to nick our second place. Kuna is most likely. Do you think so? Mm, I'm not so sure. I would take him because I will take Kuna because we've got no one else up front. He'd be a better number 9 than Merino, who's playing there currently. Who I still don't know why he's persisting with this Merino up front. This number 6 midfielder persisting with it when we can put Trossard up there or Martinelli. I just it makes no sense to me. And you can see how deep he was playing the whole game. It was deep. He wasn't up front. He wasn't in the box. He wasn't a number 9. Unless he's turning to play like that. But it's not. I don't know, man. I'm not. All right, we won the game. The football's not like last season. It's not exciting anymore. Hence the fact that we've now dropped right off. Not as bad as City. City are a further 10 points behind us as well, wouldn't they? But Liverpool have just been unbelievable this season. They really have, and you know that should be us. That really should be us. Arne Slot in his first season with Klopp's team, he's bought one player. He's only bought one player, hasn't he? And he's doing it with Klopp's team. So you know he's got them playing. And they're all doing all right, mate. But the problem there, they've got Liverpool, Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's definitely going to be going to Real Madrid. He's leaving the club in the summer. He's not signing a new deal. Right, we've got that. Liverpool fans are in meltdown over it. They coated him off. Van Dijk's also not signed any new deal yet. His contract expires. And Salah. Now, if they lose them 3 players, they're not going to be easy to replace. They're not. Are they going to have the money to replace? If they win the league, of course, they're going to have a few quid. But are they going to be able to replace that caliber of players? 3 of them. Like, probably one of the best defenders has ever been in the Premier League in Virgil van Dijk. Probably again one of the best right wingers in there's ever been in the Premier League in Salah, and also probably again one of the best right backs there's ever been in the Premier League in Trent. You know, 3 of the best players there's ever been. You know, they've got to be in the top 15 or so in a list of the best players that have been in the league. Something like that. Do you know what I mean? And how they're going to replace 3 of them. It's hard enough replacing 1. They've got to replace 3 world-class players. 3 world-class players. Is Trent world-class? He's on the cusp. Salaries, Van Dijk is. It's going to be hard, mate. It's going to be hard. They're going to have 300 million to spend to replace them players. Don't know. Jury could be out. I ordered takeaway, and the place is 20 minutes away from my house, and I got the food 1 hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, well, if the place is 20 minutes away from your house, they've still got to cook it. Plus, Is it? Well, it's probably a Chinese. The way you're talking, mate. I've got a Chinese 10 minutes down the road. It takes an hour at least. When I phone up for a Chinese, it takes an hour because for whatever reason it does. This is what happens. Let me know. Put it in the chat. What was it? If it was a kebab or something, it's a liberty. But Chinese, if it's Chinese or an Indian, yeah, it does. They take their time, mate. Salah's going Saudi. Do you think? I ain't heard nothing, Anthony. What you heard? I know you've got your ear to the ground. You know you're quite astute at things like this. But I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard. I heard something. I heard something last summer, but I've not heard anything this season. But it's another thing as well. Why ain't they signed? Why ain't they players like that? Why don't they sign? See you later, Manchester. Is blue. You have a good evening too, sir. Why don't they sign like a 1 year extension or something, just so the club can get some money for you? Because the club has been loyal to you. I know you've been loyal to the club throughout your tenure that you've been there. But give it a little something back if you can. Like, this is what the Liverpool fans are really moaning about Trent for, because he's going for free. They're not getting no money for him. You know what? I believe they make their mind up well before they leave. I've just got a feeling that they do. They make their mind up well before they leave, and if that's made up, let the club know. Show a bit of compassion. You know what I mean? Say, look, I'll sign a new deal and then sell me on in the summer. Try and get a couple of quid, put it back into the club. You know, something. Even if they get like, say Trent's got a year left. What you get for Trent, you still get 25 million for him with a year left on his contract. You know, maybe even more. For Salah, you'll probably get that sort of money, and Van Dijk because of their age. You know, but it adds up at the end of the day, doesn't it? It adds up. It all adds up, man. And then they've got a chance of at least replacing or putting something towards replacing them players. It's just, it just makes that's what makes sense to me, and that's what I think the Liverpool fans are actually saying. But I think we did turn on players. We've turned on Van Persie when he left. We turned on Ashley Cole, but that was with Ashley Cole. He was tapped up by Chelsea. Van Persie went to United after having his best season for Arsenal that he ever had. And he was at the club for about 8 years, and he was injury prone throughout the whole of it. And then he had one great season, then he fucks off to United. That's him. I think it's a little bit different. Parties on if Jorginho's leaving. We knew Jorginho was leaving in the summer though. He said he's going back to Brazil, so that was the club's fault. Party, I'm surprised I haven't offered him a new deal, mate. Yeah. Can you see us getting Zubimendi? I can. I'm just a little bit apprehensive about it because of what happened in the summer was it transfer deadline day when he was supposed to be going to Liverpool and he changed his mind at the last minute. But for what I've been hearing, Anthony, I can see and about this this new sporting director guy. I think this is the reason. This is the reason why he's here now. Because I do believe that Edu, he ain't. I know he got the job at Forest, or he's a consortium of clubs. But I think he's still on some sort of gardening leave. Perhaps up until now, maybe. Maybe that's why Bert it took so long for him to come in. For us to replace Edu, whoever it'd be. We know it's Burton now. But maybe that's why it took this sort of time, because he was on a gardening. He couldn't do another job, could he? So I think he's probably going to settle into his job probably now because he's off a guardian leave, and we've got Andre Berta now. I just hope things change, because the mistakes was there for everybody to see with Edu, weren't there? I mean, Marquinhos, we all know what happened there. But I can see this Mendy. I think they might have got this guy in, just to shore it up. You go and sort it out, because apparently that's what he's good at. Yeah, Nico Williams. Nico Williams. Do you think he'd be another Pepe? I mean, Pepe's got to be the biggest stud ever in world football, surely to God. What do you think? 72 million we paid for him. Done nothing. Scored them 2 goals in the Europa League, didn't he? From the free kicks. What was that against? Panathinaikos or someone like that. It was a Greek. I'm sure it was a Greek team. He scored them 2 free kicks, didn't he? Exactly the same spot on the pit. Well, not exactly, but near enough. Exactly the same free kicks. He scored 2 goals. Apart from that, he didn't do much else. He did 72 million. Fucking hell, what a waste of money that was, wasn't it? Madrid are playing in their game. It's 4-4 on aggregate. Oh yeah, I saw that. It did flash up on my phone. Listen, did you see my other video, anyone? I done a video, but I heard that there was 4 players at Real Madrid that are in a bit of trouble, and they might have be like suspended for the Champions League game. Something to do with celebrations, insulting fans or other players or something like that. Like it was Mbappe, Vinny Jr., Danny Salibas, who used to play for us, and Rudiger. I heard something. I heard something about that, but I'm not sure how true it is. I'd love to have some confirmation. I haven't seen anything else anywhere else, but I heard there's whispers about it. I did see something that I didn't really watch properly a little while ago, but I wasn't sure what the outcome was. And people would, I'm hearing along the grapevine that this could happen. But has it been confirmed that they're not going to be suspended? I don't know. I really don't know. Anyone in the chat know? The Madrid derby, yeah. Madrid derby? No, it's not. Hang on, let me check that. Sorry, it did flash up on my phone, bro. No, it's Sociedad. It's Real Madrid, Real Sociedad. It's not a derby, is it? The derby's Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. This is Real Sociedad. That's who Zubimendi plays for. That's who we got Merino off. Real Sociedad. I think did Arteta play for them? Did Arteta play for Sociedad? I think he did. I'm not sure. That's sweet. Manchester is blue. Wait, come on, man. Don't worry. Don't worry, man. This happens. We all make mistakes sometimes, bro. Many times. Here's a question from Anthony. Question, Lee, do you think Odegaard's gone off his game a bit? He's gone off his game tremendously. He's a shadow of the player he was last season. An absolute shadow. And not having Saka playing next to him has made a massive difference in his game. Just shows you how much he really sort of goes hiding, and he's not a game changer. He's a player that can get involved when there's game changers around him. He can be used when he's got good players around. When he's got players of of the calibre of Saka around him, I can't think of the word. He could be utilised, but he's not that game changer, mate. And the people were lauding him up all the time. Oh, but he can play these through balls. He sees passes no one else sees and all that shit. Nah, mate. No, he's not. He's not. Absolutely not. And I've seen other streamers, other YouTubers, like saying how good he is. I was gonna say something a bit rude then, but now I stopped myself. I'm trying to stop myself from saying rude gestures and comments. But they're doing that, and nah, mate. Nah, not for me, mate. He's not good enough. I'll be happy to sell him. I'll be happy to sell him into some cash him in. Because without Saka, he's been fuck all. Saka can play and you know, can do his thing without Odegaard. He can. But Odegaard can't seem to do it without Saka. And, you know, just goes to show you, doesn't it? Shows you the class difference. Saka's twice the player Odegaard is. I know it's different positions, but I'm just saying. He's not all he's cracked up to be, mate. He ain't. Real Madrid knew. If he was that good, why did Real Madrid sell him? I know he was in the team at 17 or something, when he briefly at Real Madrid. But Real Madrid wouldn't sell a player like that if they thought he was it. You know, if they thought he was the man. Look at when they signed Modric. Like, I know he plays more defensively, Modric, in that midfield, but he's still playing from there. How old is he? He's got to be 40, isn't he? 40, maybe older, 41. They kept him because he was the guy. He's the guy, isn't he? They're not going to sell a player that they think is any good. Put it that way, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, I don't know for sure, but I mean, in my opinion, a team like Real Madrid, if Odegaard was what some Arsenal fans are saying he is, Real Madrid would never have sold him. Cooper is better than Ruder. Cooper is better. Not sure what you mean, mate. I'll be honest with you. I've unsubbed to some Arsenal shows. They took dross, in my opinion. Yeah. Well, some people talk like they know everything, Anthony. You know, and this ain't about me knowing everything. Like I said before, I don't know who this Andrew Berta is. I know he was a sporting director at Atletico Madrid for a few years. I've just what I've heard, like what I've been told or what I've read. I don't know the ins and outs. Don't know the job. I don't know. I'm not a what do you call it? You know, football scientist or philosopher or anything like that. I don't know everything. All I do is I like to talk about what I see and what I think, and that's it. That is it. This channel's not about being right about everything. You know, so I've been wrong many times, man, many times. Or people disagree with you. Yeah, you can have your opinions as well. Doesn't matter. But I mean, I'm not like I've seen these where they think they know everything. That well, this that they get all they're spitting facts. You know, they've got like memories like ideolic. What they call it? Where you can just remember everything. Forget things sometimes. I get things wrong. You know what I mean? But you got these certain channels. Yeah, well, what about this then? How about that then? Wankers. No, I've said the word. I didn't want to say it. Didn't want to say it. I said it. I didn't want to say it. Absolutely, Andy, man. I don't like them, you know, when they think they're no better than anybody else. They can't be wrong. Narcissistic. Yeah. Van Nistelrooy. Oh, you talked about Van Nistelrooy. Yeah, Leicester manager, uh, United legend as a player, but as a manager, not doing too great, is he? He's not doing too great with Leicester, man. They're gone. They're gone. They've not. They're the only club ever in the Premier League. This is a fact I heard tonight. Right, so I don't know this. I'm no philosopher. They're the only team in the Premier League that have lost 7 home games in a row. They've lost 7 home games in a row, and apparently that's the only team in the Premier League that's ever done it. So if you're struggling and your away form's bad, just hopefully your next game will be against Leicester because you're probably going to smash the granny out of them. You're probably going to beat them. Yes, I wanted to check something on this phone as well, actually, because I did. Okay. No, I'm sorry. I was just about to say a message on my phone, and I was just about to answer it on the stream. uh, Anthony, Leicester fans want Dice in now. I see that. I've heard that. I heard that before, though. I heard that before, Anthony. I heard that before Van Nistelrooy went there. I see something about there were some Leicester fans. Sure. No, I'm not sure. But I think Lineker mentioned it. I think Lineker mentioned something about he'd take Dice. But Van Nistelrooy's was he interim manager at United for a few games before he got that job? Because weren't he Pan Pep's assistant manager? Ten Hag. Was he Ten Hag's Pan Pep? Someone give that to me. I think it was James who was in the chat earlier. Called him Pan Pep. I thought it was hilarious, man. I never stopped laughing for a week. But I'm sure he was the assistant manager before he got that Leicester job. I'm not 100%. But I mean, see these managers, they get Premier League jobs and they just can't do it. They're new to the game. Got Frank Lampard when he went to Chelsea, he was doing all right. Where was he? Was it Bolton or somewhere he was managing before? Can't remember who he was managing before now. And he took the Chelsea job. Gerrard took the Villa job. You've got to earn your stripes, mate. I don't care if he was a world class player. I believe Van Nistelrooy, world class. Lampard, world class. Gerrard, world class. Don't have to be. It doesn't matter if you're world class, mate. The manager's job is, it's a completely different kettle of fish. And just because you're a world class player doesn't mean you're a world class manager. Just because Gerrard won titles in Scotland doesn't mean he's going to win anything in the Premier League. Yeah, he was, and he did well. Rude at United. He won 3 games in charge before he left. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, Coventry for that. Was he Coventry manager? I couldn't remember what team he managed. Your careers used to play for Coventry. Not when Lampard was there though. But didn't he have Lampard had Derby? Saying Derby, was it Derby? Okay. He's currently in charge of Coventry now, is he? Okay. But it was Derby, yeah, it was Derby. I remember the white kit, wasn't it? Because that's why I thought Bolton, they've got the same kit anyway, ain't they? Yeah. I'm trying to justify it, and but didn't he have a lot of? He had some Chelsea players on loan there, didn't he? that he went when he went to Chelsea, he brought them back, or they finished their loan spell. I'm trying to think who it was. I'm trying to think of the players it was. Was it Mason Mount? Was Mason Mount one of them? I think it was. I think there was a couple. Can't remember them all. Who else could it have been? I'm not sure. Chelsea youth players. Yeah, that's right. Was Mason Mount? Mason Mount was definitely one of them. Was it Reece James as well? It might have been Reece James as well, you know. I know there was a few of them. He took them all back to Chelsea with him when he went back there and started to try and play him in the Chelsea team. Yeah. Didn't work out too well, did it? Didn't work out too well for Lampard there. But I mean, I have to have a look how he's doing at Coventry. I don't know. What league are they in? League One? Well, they're putting in League One, aren't they? Let's have. I don't even know. Let's have a quick look. Standings. League One. Or it could be in the Championship. Yeah, they're in the Championship deal. Why? They're fifth. They're fifth in the Championship. Okay. They're doing all right, really, aren't they? They could get into the playoffs. They could even be in the Premier League. How many points? 59. 59 points. Or there's a few on 57 beneath them. Bristol City, your team, Anthony, on 57 as well. Fifth in the champ. Yeah, I've just looked at it. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe did they get promoted last year then or something? Because they went down a couple of because they've been in the Premier League, you know. Was Gordon Strachan their manager? Yeah, Bristol City are up there. Yeah, I've just looked. Yeah, they're your team, aren't they? All right. Okay. So what do you think of the giveaway I'm going to do, Anthony? You know, with these old fanzines. Look, I've got a load of them here. What do you think? Do you think it's a good idea? Don't know. Maybe. Let's see what people think when I might do a video about it. I might do a video about it because I had a lot of people watching the stream, but you never know what might happen. I'm gonna call it a night. Thanks for being in the chat. Anthony, Manchester is blue. James Lau, whoever else was in the chat. I can't remember exactly who else was in the chat now, but there was a few more watching and actually commented. But thank you anyway. Don't forget to stick a like on the video, on the stream. Much appreciated. Yeah, so all right, we'll have a little. We'll think of something, Anthony, and we'll do it on the loose cannon or something. We'll think of something. We'll do something like that if you want. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was saying good night, God bless. I'll see you all soon. I've done this on my own. I haven't been done too bad. It's been going for over an hour, and I've managed to do the stream on my own for that long. Blimey, that's good, isn't it? It might be me lucky Arsenal polo. Might be that. Eh? The first time I've worn it. It's brand spankers. Brand spankers new. The old girlfriend bought it for me. So I said I want to put something else on when I do my videos instead of the Arsenal shirts. You know what I mean? I want it to look a bit different. But here you go. All done and dusted now. I'm not sure when the next stream's going to be. It won't be this week. It'll probably be next Thursday with Anthony Herbert, the legend. That is Anthony Herbert is in the chat. Goes on all channels, man. He's known in the industry, ain't you, Anthony? You're well known, bruv. So I've got to keep you around, man. I've got to get you back on my channel. And hopefully I'll be seeing you, eh? What'd you say? He's having a go again. No, it's the dye, it's the hair dye on your beard. There ain't no hair dye. Look, you can see the grey. You keep getting me out, you do. He always gets me out of this geezer. I swear to God. Anyway, I'm gonna say goodnight. God bless, and I'll see you very soon. Hang on, what's he saying? Is a YouTube. Listen, later. See you later.